Hello, my friends. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've recorded this episode because it's been a lot. It's been approximately 2 months since I last uploaded onto here, and there are a couple of good reasons why that's happening. Number one, I'm not liking my face. And I don't know why that is. There's nothing that's changed about my face. I think maybe it's the camera angle. Maybe I'm finally thinking that I need to put on makeup and do my hair for these episodes, but I'm not liking the way that my face looks, and it's made it really hard to sit down and want to record a video. And I was actually thinking I'm just going to record something audio and forget about the video because I don't want to be on here. But at the same time, I don't want to do that. I don't want to not be so comfortable with myself that I have to avoid the video completely. So I'm not doing that. So here we are. Number two is I have been really sick of how everything in my life revolved around food and revolved around my weight, like food coaching, nutrition coaching. And I always thought that I had to show up differently in order to succeed. So I have this story that I tell myself that I need to be skinnier in order for me to be an effective coach, because everybody wants to be skinny. This is just a story that I'm telling myself. Everyone wants to be skinny. No one wants to be coached by someone that is not their goal, kind of thing. But I know that my experience has been valuable, and I have a lot of education in this field. And I know that since I am still on the struggle bus with this kind of thing, that I am in the trenches with you guys. Like, I am working on this all of the time. I'm still struggling with it. I'm still trying to improve. I'm not struggling with my eating disorder anymore, with like overeating, binging, or like guilty shame thoughts. I'm not even really struggling with my weight. Like, I'm okay with my weight. My weight right now is 151 pounds. I'm okay with that number. It doesn't bother me. I just want to be a little bit skinnier. Like, I want to lose a little bit of fat. And for some reason, like that, it's probably like 5 pounds of fat that I want to lose. That weight is making me feel like I'm not going to be an effective coach, which, when I say it out loud, and hopefully when you're hearing this, you can tell that that is a ridiculous thought. I still have all of the knowledge. I still have all of this experience. I've been a personal trainer. I've been working out for 10 plus years. I've been cooking food for my whole life, pretty much. I'm so familiar with macros and recipes and kitchen and spices and everything, almost everything food. I've realized, actually, I've kind of always known that it is a shame for me to not talk about my expertise. I was just really sick of the fact that everything I did had to revolve around food, and I was just tired of food this summer. I just didn't want to talk about it for a little bit. But you probably have heard of Logan's Food blowing up on social media, Instagram and TikTok. He's the one that's telling you need to eat a whole cucumber a day, or sometimes you just have to eat a whole cucumber. And I love Logan because, number one, he's showing up so authentically. It's not, he doesn't have this crazy setup. He is just slicing cucumbers into a deli container. He's shaking it up. It's really raw. He's not manufacturing it in any way. It doesn't seem like he is. Anyways, he is giving me permission for me to show up in my messy middle. Because I talk about showing up in the messy middle, and I do show up in the messy middle a lot. However, this summer kind of felt like I was in the messy middle and I wasn't ready to talk about it. I just wanted to be in it, move past it, and talk about it from the from the healed perspective, if you will, although I am not healed. I just didn't want to show up in the messy middle. However, I know that that is where all the work is done, right? You have to show up in that messy middle, do the work, and grow from there. You can't ignore the problem. Ignoring the problem doesn't heal the problem, doesn't solve the problem. It just ignores the problem. The problem is still there. So I've been working on healing the problem. The only thing is I haven't been talking about it with you guys, and I've just been quiet on my own because I really did not have the capacity to share. And I just kept telling myself that I needed to be better. I needed to look better. I needed to make better food. I needed to present it better. I needed to just do everything better than I was already doing. And I needed to produce better YouTube videos. I needed to look better because I'm sick of my face for some reason. I just was so sick of myself and all of the stories that I had for myself. I just needed time, and I just needed a little bit of space, and I just needed to be myself in all of my messy glory, especially since I was moving. And I moved into my new house at the beginning of June. And so everything was just cluttered, and my mind was cluttered. I didn't have space to do anything because I was just thinking about all of the clutter and all of the decluttering that I had to do. So now I'm finally at a space where, the space is mostly clean. I can operate in this space now, and my mind is not so mumble jumbled anymore. Everything has just kind of settled. The dust is all settled. I'm okay with myself again. My house is okay. It's no longer in shambles. I mean, it is still messy. I'll give you that, but it's not top of mind anymore. Like, I can deal with this. And now I have the capacity to deal with other things as well. And also, second thing that I really love about Logan is that he is normalizing MSG. And if you don't know, I'm perfectly okay with MSG. I don't demonize MSG in any way. Of course, people are going to be allergic to MSG and have sensitivities. And that's all individual, but MSG as a whole in general does not make you feel sick. It doesn't affect you in a negative manner. It's a very simple salt molecule combined with a glutamate molecule, which is an amino acid. So it's a very natural substance. It occurs naturally in things like Parmesan, anchovies, tomatoes have a bunch of MSG. That's why tomatoes are so delicious. Sun-dried tomatoes are basically a little bit of concentrated MSG. That's why sun-dried tomatoes taste so much better than regular tomatoes, because all the water is gone. It's MSG, okay? And I love how Logan is normalizing MSG, because the hate for MSG started off as a racism thing where people would say Chinese food was bad for you. All of that MSG is bad for you, right? But if we think about it, like, we as a North American Western society demonize cultural food until some white person rediscovers it and finds a way to make it healthy. Like, I think avocado was one of those things. Coconut oil was one of those things. There's so many other things that I cannot think of right now, like organ meats. We demonize it until someone rediscovers it and like, oh, did you know that organ meat is mostly protein and very little fat? Like, yeah, we did. Everyone did. And did you know, like, salsa? I don't know if anybody demonizes salsa, but did you know that salsa is basically just a vegetable salad? Like, it's so good for you. So why aren't we eating more of that? Like, I think people think of salsa as a bad, snacky, bad food. I don't even know what to call it. But salsa is literally vegetables. Like, who said that's bad for you? Collard greens or something that gets hate, but it's vegetables, So I am, like, as an ethnic person that eats a lot of ethnic food. And I've had people look at me strangely when I brought lunch to school as a little girl because they didn't understand my food or because it looked funny. This is a conversation. This is a conversation that I am just so ready to have. Like, why do we keep demonizing cultural food just because a certain population is not okay with it? I love food, honestly. I love food. I'm really trying to stop saying the word honestly, because people say that when you say the word honestly, it implies that you're lying the rest of the time. And I'm not lying, but I'm just trying to say it for emphasis. I am sick of people rediscovering cultural food and blowing up because of it. And I'm really glad Logan is normalizing MSG, and I'm wondering if it just had to be a white person for other white people to listen to him. That's just, okay. Anyways, so I'm feeling okay about this episode. I'm happily going to post it. I'm not going to edit it because that's just going to create another barrier for me and it's going to prevent me from showing up. So these next couple of weeks, you guys are going to get it really raw. I'm not going to edit anything. You're going to get this straight to end, and that's that. And it's going to be a stream of consciousness pretty much. And I hope you enjoy. I really missed having this platform, and I promise that I will be back next week. Thank you, and we'll talk soon.